Here's 10 things I learned from playing 100 plus pickleball games this year that actually make you better. And you're gonna wanna stick around for all of these because these come from real life experience. Let's get right into it. Stop babying the ball on drop. So I talked about this in the forehand drop video. It's gonna pop up in one of these corners here. You can click on that and watch it there. But basically my problem with the drops was that I was contacting it at the wrong point in its bounce. So if you allow it to bounce and then peak and then start falling off that peak, that is whenever you want to make contact with that ball. And that's gonna be the difference maker here, because if you allow that to happen, then you don't have to baby a drop. Like, you can actually aim it, hit through it, follow through and everything, and it will land perfectly most of the time. Then the next thing I learned is that footwork is everything in pickleball, and that's not even just for me, you know, with my ACL injury, blah, blah, blah. Any normal player with healthy knees, healthy ankles, healthy legs, it doesn't matter. Footwork is the most important thing in pickleball. If you have the proper footwork and you're getting yourself into the right position to make the right play, it just makes the game so much more fun and so much easier to play. So do not neglect footwork. And then I learned, whenever you're in doubt, just reset the ball. Every time I would panic or do something, like get into a bad situation, I would just freak out and try to make some crazy ATP or something silly. And there's no sense in that. If you're in doubt and you're panicking or something's going wrong, just reset the ball to the middle of the court and don't make the same mistake I made so many times over and over again. Just reset. It's that simple. Now this next one is to stop attacking balls that are not attackable, and on the other side of that, start attacking balls that are attackable. So a lot of times I'll be attacking balls that I have no business trying to attack and make plays off of. And then sometimes I'll get a ball that's like perfectly in the zone, perfectly take out of there, attack. Everything's beautiful about it, and then I just like don't attack, and it's a little bit of just the decision-making tree. It's like once you start making those decisions, then you're gonna find that you're playing a lot better and you're winning a lot more points. And then there's the backhand dink. If you can control that backhand dink and get it to roll over that net and get it in the right spot, then you're just in control of a lot more points, because most people, whenever they get a backhand dink, they just, you know, hit it back. They're not really doing anything with it. But if you can turn that backhand dink into a weapon, then you're already a step ahead of most of your opponents out there on the court. Everybody loves the forehand, and that's, you know, an important shot to have. But if you can get that backhand dink early, learn it, learn how to use it, and learn how to make it a weapon, then you're gonna have a lot more fun out there on the court this coming year. And then there is return deep to the middle. This has won me so many countless points this year. It is insane. If you just return deep, that's the first step. That's always what you want to be doing, returning deep, keeping your opponents back, keeping them on the back foot, you know, keeping them from attacking. And then middle is the second part of that, because it creates confusion, especially among like 3-0, 3-5 players. They just don't communicate well, and that leads to confusion, which leads to them messing up and giving you easy points. Stop trying to hit winners and just start creating stress. A lot of times you're not gonna win off of one shot, so you're gonna have to create stress with your shots. Don't look to like hit through them or nothing like that. Just put the ball in awkward positions that set you up for the next shot or even the next shots. Because remember, the ball always comes back most cases. So make sure you're not just trying to go for single shot winners. Set yourself up for combos and work the points that way. And then this next one goes right along with it. From like 3-0 to 4-0, first 3 or 4 shots maybe of the rally are what decide most games, because most of the time you don't get very many shots past the first 3 or 4 shots. Like, those are the determining factor. So if you're serving, make sure you're serving big. If you're returning, return deep middle. And on your thirds, make sure you're applying pressure and getting yourself up to that kitchen, because those 3 shots are the main 3 that's going to win you most of your games and win you a lot of points. And if you're constantly hitting your serve out or you're messing up your return, you're just going to give your opponents free points, and you're not going to have a very good day out on the courts. Something that I had to learn kind of recently is like, you have to play more games with people who are better than you at the sport. Now, you can go out and play with your friends and maybe they're not as good as you, and if you can have fun, that's great, that's fun. But if you really want to get better, you're gonna have to put yourself in games where you're the worst player on the court. Sometimes that's difficult to do because a lot of times better players don't want to play with you. But if you can, get out there and play with players who are above you, because this is going to lead to you getting in situations that you wouldn't ever get in unless you're in a game with better players because they know how to hit different shots. They know how to keep rallies going longer, so that way you're experiencing new things. So try your best this coming year, especially to get into games where you're the worst person on the court, so that way you can improve and get better. Finally, this year really drilled home the fact that if you really want to improve, you have to drill. And there's a lot of different drills out there. You can look them up on YouTube. I have some on my channel even. There's so many drills that you can be doing, but you gotta kind of figure out like what your game needs. And then whenever you go out to the courts, you need to go out there with the intention to work on that specific thing and just get that one thing. Like, it doesn't have to be a bunch of all these different things. Just get one thing and drill that until you get it down. And then not only that, but you take it from the drill and then you play some games and you try to apply it in a real game. And that way you can know for a fact that you kind of got it actually down and you don't just got it down for drills. So you drill the weakness and then you test it in the games. And that's the winning combo for improving fast. If you're new here, my name is Curtis. I've been making these videos for over a year now, teaching intermediate pickleball players how to play the game. So if you love pickleball, please consider subscribing. Check out the links in the description to save some money on some pickleball gear. And if you want more content about what I learned this year, there's gonna be a playlist popping up on your screen. Check that out. It's gonna show you everything I learned as I progressed throughout this year. Thank you guys so much for watching, and we will see you next Friday.